Jim, let's quickly do the referees.
Oh, yeah, quickly.
Aubrey Edwards.
Okay, see ya, Aubrey. Too distracting, too obnoxious, and she keeps doing those copyright strikes to take our favorite botches clips down.
Did you see that video? I know you did, because you're the one who told me about it. Now that I think
yes, her dancing in the ring like a wacky waving arm inflatable tube woman,
like olive oil.
Well, yeah, and the clip of her actually dancing in the ring at some outlaw show somewhere, and she's refereeing while doing this bizarre interpretive jazz dance while the wrestling's going on. And they interspersed it with clips of olive oil from a fucking 1930s Max Fleischer Popeye cartoon, and you couldn't tell the difference.
Bryce Remsburg.
You know, I've worked with Bryce before, and he was a serious quality referee. All these referees look like complete dicks because the talent buries them constantly. So I would give Bryce a chance to do his job that he used to be able to do when he was working with responsible professionals instead of fucking jack-off artists.
The referee that I must admit, every time I see, I think, boy, that Hebner looks like AJ Styles. And he's not a Hebner at all. Mike Posey.
Mike Posey. Again, you know, nothing the matter with him. Actually was a wrestler from Georgia, and he's painfully small as a wrestler, but as a referee, he's nice guy. He's energetic. Again, if the talent is being told to have professional matches and not bury the referee, he could do a fine job.
Paul Turner.
Paul Turner, actually, of everybody they've got, is probably the most experienced and did a great job in Ring of Honor when he wasn't being buried every 5 seconds and made to look like a complete dipshit by the talent. I'd keep Paul Turner.
Rick Knox.
How fast can we get him on the boat with Aubrey? And of course, actually, he should be put in with the Trampoline Cowboy group because that's the reason why
he's the only reason he's there. That's the only reason he's there.
The worst referee in wrestling who's never done anything anywhere except for Pro Wrestling Chimpanzee, but he's friends with the Cucamonga Kids.
The worst referee. And finally, Stefan Smith.
Who?
I'm not too familiar with him, to be honest with you, but he's on their list. And the fact that you don't know who he is, I guess it means he's doing a good job.
Well, I can't fire him if I don't know who he is.
But if a referee's not noticed, maybe he's doing a good job, is my point.
No, I think if his name's never been heard, he's probably not doing that good a job.
Well, Jim, that is the rest of the male roster, as well as the broadcast team and referees for AEW.
We've easily gone from 70, 4 or 5 or whatever at the start. We've easily gone to 125 names and haven't even got to the women. And there's literally, regardless of what you think about wrestling, there are almost 24 names on this list that nobody could make a case for that you would ever hire these people for an ongoing multi-year contract at a regular salary if you were running a wrestling company.
Well, Jim, after reading through a list like that in my beaten down COVID-like state that I'm in right now, I'm thinking about a nice meal, a nice healthy meal. And thankfully, we could tell the listeners about a wonderful service where you can get a fresh, chef-crafted meal sent directly to you, never frozen.
And boy, I'll tell you what, maybe you should have been eating more of these meals from our fine friends at Factor, and your immune system wouldn't be run down so bad. You wouldn't have got that delivery Indian food and had that Dalmatian puree that made you go to Europe all night.
Oh, it's going to happen again if you keep talking like this.
Oh, well, I'm telling you, you cannot eat Dalmatian unless it's well done. That's just a rule of thumb. But folks, I'll tell you, fall is officially here, but we're always busy. And we've always got too much to do and not enough time to do it in. And if you get sick of the same old routine, calling the Uber Eats or just eating slop that you throw together at the last minute, you're not doing yourself justice, folks. You got to keep in better health, in better condition. And the folks at Factor have not only ready-to-eat meal delivery, but These things are put together by nutritionists. They're nutritionist concocted meals, and chefs have crafted them. So if you're into cooking chef-crafted, concocted food at home, the folks at Factor have you covered. And let's just go down their copy here, because there's so many choices, so much stuff you can get. Stacy, for example, got the keto-friendly meals, and she loves that. I like anything with meat in it, but they've got vegan and veggie, or is it vegan and veggie? Vegan and veggie options. You can do that.
And veggie.
Well, same thing. You ain't getting a lot of meat in those, but if that's the kind of thing you like, for those kind of people, that's the kind of thing they like. And these are fresh, never frozen meals. You can heat them up in just a couple of minutes. Right now, you can savor the harvest season with Factor's Pumpkin Feast for two, featuring fall's most craved flavor, pumpkin. And it's a ready-to-eat bundle that helps you make the most of the autumn with a full spread that feeds two. So it can be date night, or just if you're a fucking greedy pig, you can eat both portions yourself. And these pumpkins are huge. They'll actually deliver you. It's like a 25 or a 30-pound pumpkin. And they give you
What?
Yeah. For two. I mean, you're not just going to have a little puny pumpkin. They bring you like a 30-pound pumpkin, 2 knives, 2 forks, and 2 napkins, and say, all right, go to town.
This started with you actually reading the copy, and then I don't even know how you got here. They don't give you 2 giant pumpkins and silverware to cut it with.
Well, what's the pumpkin feast for two?
It's a wonderful chef-crafted meal for two.
With pumpkin flavors.
They don't send you a giant 30-pound pumpkin, though.
Well, I thought because for 2 people. Nevertheless.
How much do you think the shipping for that would be?
Well, they're taking care of that when you buy the stuff, because they're like that. But hold on now, there's more. They've got a rotating menu. And if you stick your hand in and grab something, if you grab the right thing, sometimes it's tricky. It goes by real fast, that rotating menu. But you can have seasonal favorites like 3-bean vegan chili, the apple mustard pork chop. And I didn't think I was going to like mustard made out of apples, but I did. Apple mustard pork chop, the Tuscan tomato chicken. You can put those in your rotation. They offer 30-plus meals a week, 36-plus add-on options. You got smoothies, juices, snacks, no matter what protein. They'll give you all kinds of protein. You can just buy a big package of protein. It's amazing. Factor is cheaper than takeout. They've got ingredients with integrity. These ingredients will never lie to you or cause you strife or trouble in your life. They've got integrity. And if you get busy, let's say, for example, you have to work late some nights, or let's say, for example, you have to go to work early, or let's say, for example, your wife takes the children and leaves and moves to Washington State to be with the pool boy.
What?
Well, you can change your order up with plans from 4 to 18 meals a week. So whichever members of your family haven't deserted you yet, you can feed them, or you can pause and reschedule in case they've gotten the fuck out. And they've got the Protein Plus, they got the keto meals, Calorie Smart, all kinds of dietitian approved, and it'll save you time. You put it right in the microwave. If you don't want to use the oven, just hit the button, and the radioactivity is kept to a minimum. And
will you stop radioactivity?
Well, in the microwave, someday,
the microwave.
Anyway, right now, this is going to be confusing, folks. You can head to go.factor75.com/JCE60 and use the code JCE60. You're going to get 60% off your first box of Factor. I'm telling you, factor this into your life, folks. You're going to be not only eating well, but you'll eat like a rich millionaire. You'll be farting through silk. Head to go.factor75.com/JCE and use the code JCE to get 60% off your first box of Factor. You'll be eating good no matter what your neighborhood.